Okay, fine. So next, create move transactions. Here, these are the what departments. So this is the assembling department. Okay, which is assembling department. Here will perform a assembling operation, and this is the painting department. Here will paint to the semi-finished goods. So here we'll have a quality for the produced finished good. So moving quantity. Here, let me take this one. We are moving quantity from here to here. This is what, it's not uh, a fully finished good. It is a semi-finished good here, whatever we assembled. So that semi-finished good, I'll move from one operation to another operation. And also once painting is completed, from here, I'll move the finished good from painting operation to quality operation. So these are two. What? These two are move transactions. Which are the move transaction? Create move transaction. Moving from one operation to another. That is assembly quantity. Assembly quantity nothing but finished good quantity. Moving from one operation to one standard operation to another standard operation. It is called move transaction. So now move transactions are completed here. Already finished good is done. This is the finished good. I have to transfer from where to where? From the production to inventory. Normally, I'll transfer to the finished good sub inventory. So let me draw some other this one here from here to here. Here clear, right? So transferring raw material quantity from raw material sub inventory to the operations, right? As required. So now what I'll do? So this is the transaction is what? These are all. What is the transaction type? It's a whip issue transactions. Whip issue transaction. This one, move transactions, not move orders. Move transaction. Move transaction. Now finished good is produced. Next what? So I'll transfer finished good. No, if I take this one, so I'll take this one. So I'll move quantity from here to here. So this is the finished good. Let me write it here. It's okay. Again, it is unnecessary confusion. Uh, okay. So it is what? This is the transaction is called completion transaction. Next what? Here you create completion transaction. Create completion. Create completion transaction. Next what? Once material transfer to the what? Finished goods sub inventory. Next create sales order, picking, shipping. and creating receivable invoice and transferring the receivable invoice details to the general ledger and post the journals to the ledger. That is what that we'll see later. Here I'll stop the cycle. So this is the one make to stock cycle. So next one, next cycle is what? Order to stock. Better you write it this one also here. Next, create sales order. Again, this cycle will involve in the order management. Create sales order. Book sales order. Book sales order. Next, what? Pick release. Ship confirm. And create AR invoice. Next, what? Create receipt for the payment. Create receipt. Next, what? Transfer AR transactions. Account receivable transactions to GL. Next, post journals to ledger. Yes, complete cycle. So sales order is what? It's a document contains which customer ordered material, what are the items, the products they ordered, how much quantity they ordered, when we are going to ship it. So with those details, we'll prepare a when you close inventory periods. Yeah, job will be closed. When inventory periods closed. Sorry? See, whatever modules controlling at inventory level, so based on that inventory periods only, those transactions will be closed. Separately not available periods for the other modules. Only here, periods available for general ledger, account payables, account receivables, inventory, purchasing. Not available in other applications. Description. Yes. Uh, yes. Yes. That only. That only. Same, when it is completed status, system it will check it against the job, any pending transactions existed. If any pending transaction existed, system it will not close that job. You have to clear all the pending transactions like material transactions, resource allocation transactions, and cost transaction. Then only it will close. Otherwise, it will not close immediately directly. Hmm? Complete status. So complete status, the system that means will get complete status, but your system it will not stop you to get a complete status if any pending transaction existed against this discrete job. When it will stop you when you want to close job. Here there is manually you can close the job. That is manually closing the job. It is an actual new feature. Earlier it was not available. System also it will close automatically. It will stop you when pending transactions available. Okay. So next, create sales orders and book sales orders. When picking meaning, so where on hand is available for the finished good, from there you will pick, and after that will perform a shipping to ship the quantity to the customers, and create receivable invoice. Against that, whenever customer making the payment, I'll write it a receipt. So all the transactions will transfer to the general ledger. Against this transaction, like against invoice, and also another one is receipt. So whatever accounting entries created, against all the entries, will prepare a journals. Finally, journals post to the ledger. This is what one cycle. Okay. Next, second cycle, order to stock. This is very important. On both those cycles only we are going to have a discussion. Order to stock. Next what? Yeah, somebody speaking.
Is it to make to order or order to stock? Okay.
Make to order. Both are same.
Okay.
Order to stock. I'm going to making stock against order.
Okay.
Both are same. Make to order. Anything. Make to order. Both are same. Here I am producing to maintain the stock. Here I am producing to fulfill my customer order. Now here first that is almost equal to make to order configure. Here again this make to order two types. That is what again that is unnecessary confusion that will have later discussion. So I'll give the options to my customer based on their requirement only. I'll produce finished product. That is the configure to order. Same this one configure to order only. They again configure to order two types. In one case I'll give the options. In another case I'll not give any options. Based on standard what we are following. Based on that only we'll produce and we'll ship to the customer. That is the two types, but I'm just here discussing outline of the business, outline of the production process. That we'll see later in detail. So first here what? Create sales order. Create sales order. When I'll create a sales order, when I get a demand from my customer. When I receive PO from my customer, purchase order from my customer. Created sales order, book sales order, book sales order. Here it will come into picture if giving any options to your customer. I'm not showing that point here directly. Here I'm writing a progress order, progress order, progress order. So this information will go to production. Next, create discrete job. Create discrete job.
Sir, without on hand, can we book the sales order?
Yes, maintaining on hand, it's not required to create and book a sales orders. When you want to have a reservations, then you will face the problem if on hand is not available.
Okay.
Creating sales orders Booking sales orders. No need to maintain any on-hand stock. Reserve your sales order lines. On-hand must be available. Create design. Next what? Release design. Release discrete job. Next what?
Sir, when you progress order at that time, what will be the status of the SO? It will be supply eligible.
Yeah, that only. I'm not talking about any here statuses. Just I'm talking about cycle only. That
Okay.
anyway we'll see practically. Just it is overview, understanding what is the manufacturing cycles. Release easy. Next what? Create with issue transactions. Create. With issue transaction is what? Transferring raw material quantity from where to where? Inventory to shop floor. Then create move transactions. Create move transactions. What is this transaction? Moving assembly quantity from one standard operation to another standard operation. Create completion transactions. This is what? Create completion transaction. This is what? Transferring finished good quantity from shop floor to inventory. Next what? On hand is available. Quick release. Next, ship confirm. Ship confirm. Next what? Same here. Where from there to so this is the cycle. Difference, see, understand you people between these two cycles. So any question you want to ask here? Here important is transactions, very important in a cycles.
So I have a question here. So this will be like it will create a work order only if the item on the order line is a make item, right?
Yes,
If it
yes.
is a like a buy item, then it will create a purchase requisition, purchase order, receiving,
That is
and then
back to back or
basically
dropship.
back to back or dropship.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
What? Which one? Dispatch, right? Hmm. Dispatched, I think it will not come here. As per standard workflow, I'm not sure we'll get a dispatch status. I think in your case, that is some workflows are customized. Here, ship confirm. Hmm? That's okay. Dispatched will not get it. That is picked and shipped. Uh, I don't know. Maybe they are maintaining their custom statuses. Okay. So, any questions here?
So another question here is I just want to clarify one thing.
Okay.
So in the back to back process flow,
Hmm.
if you have this ATO enable flag is check
Yes.
right,
Yes.
then only it will create this purchase order and purchase
Yes.
requisition,
Yes.
purchase
Yes.
order and all that,
Yes.
right?
Yes. I know.
And the dropship is process flow. The source type should be external actually.
Yes.
Then it will create
Yes.
dropship, right? Right? Okay. Just want to make sure that. Thank
See, that is technical points actually. That anyway, once we configure setups, I'll explain you. Assemble to order and buy, assemble to order and make. What will happen? That I'll explain you. Okay. Here this one, right? Why we are see producing, yes, producing finished good, maintaining the stock purpose is what in the first cycle we are expecting demand from the customer in future. Maintain the stock, yes. I got a demand from a customer. Now I got a demand from my customer. So that is the reason after production here I am creating a sales orders. But here normally will not find any link between this discrete job and this sales order. We will not, that is two separate documents. But here you will have a link between your sales order and discrete job. Here you will have. Why? Because this is the work order created for specific customer demand. Here available in both cases demand is available. This is the cycle I'll follow based on forecasting demand. This is the cycle I'll follow based on actual demand. Okay. That we'll see later in order management. Okay. That is OM cycle. Now I'm talking about only manufacturing cycles. Okay. So any other questions? It's take another 5 minutes to up the server. Hmm. This one, eh? This one. Okay. Yes, yes. Hmm. I'm gonna, here we are maintaining a raw material. From here, I am transferring the material to the standard operations. From one sub inventory to multiple operations, we can send it. From multiple sub inventories to one standard operation, also we can transfer the quantity. Just it is example only. I am telling you. Okay. Yes, yes. From one sub inventory to we can transfer to the multiple operations. From multiple sub inventories to we can transfer to the single operation. Both possible. So first we'll have a quickly one complete manufacturing cycle, discrete manufacturing cycle. So then we'll discuss in detail topics in discrete manufacturing. Done. Let here write it. Discrete manufacturing cycles. So process, this is only cycles for only discrete manufacturing, not for process. Anyway, the process also I'll show you one complete cycle, how it works. And also in manufacturing, there are different, in discrete manufacturing again, repetitive manufacturing, flow manufacturing, project manufacturing. So, what is the project manufacturing? Here, you will have the integration with Oracle projects. Uh, say, Oracle projects having integration with purchasing module, inventory module, order management, and also CRM, manufacturing modules also. So, if this is the cycle. Here we discussed one cycle, right? Make to stock, make to order. Here we can write it. Another one is make to project. So here we will have the link between project and discrete job. First, we'll create a project in Oracle project. Then details will interface to the uh, discrete manufacturing. There we will create a discrete job. That meaning is what? Against one project, what are the finished goods we are producing? Easily we can identify cost. What is the cost incurred against this project? And another one is repetitive manufacturing, repetitive production. Work order one, but against that work order will produce. That means what? See, normally how we can produce quantity based on our plant capacity and resource capacity, right? So our demand is we have to produce 1,000 quantity. At a time, will you produce 1,000 quantity? You can't produce 1,000 quantity. Now work order created for 1,000 quantity. At a time, I can produce 100 quantity only. First, I'll release 100 quantity. Once complete, again I'll release 100 quantity. Again I'll release 100 quantity. How many times I'll release this? 100, 110 times. This is what? Repetitive production. Repetitive production. Another one is flow manufacturing. In the process, we will not find it any break. See, for example, it is a mining process. What will happen? Where in the mine quarry, so they will process material and there they will use conveyor belts, right? So just they will immediately through by using conveyor belts, it will go to somewhere. There they will screen it, and again it will go to immediately somewhere. So you will not find anywhere here break. Directly will get a finished good. So this is called flow manufacturing. Okay, that maybe sometimes in interview they will ask you question. Tell me what is the difference between flow manufacturing, repetitive manufacturing, project manufacturing.
So is flow and Oracle process manufacturing, is it same or is it
No, no,
different?
that is different. This is different. Flow manufacturing available in discrete side only. Where also
So what
yes
is
in the
OPM then? What is Oracle? Okay. Process.
process
Okay. You
man.
just now explained, right? Okay. All
Yes.
right.
Anyway, I'll show you OPM cycle. Once discrete manufacturing completed, I'll show you in half an hour, 1 hour complete cycle. I'll show you. And also directly this WIP will have link with CRM modules. When service request raised in CRM against that service request, in one case we'll create a sales order. In another case, directly we can create uh, work order. See, for the rework, for warranty, anything if available, first customer will raise a complaint in CRM, right? They will prepare the request. Against that, sometimes it will go to order management or it will directly go to work in process. There they will create a discrete job. It is procure to pay, P2P cycle. Here mainly cycles P2P and O2C, make to order, make to stock. So where will take time? Hmm. Yes, yes. It take time, definitely. See, normally when we will follow the second cycle, when requirement is different from customer to another customer. We are producing same unit, but configuration will be different. In that case only we'll go for second order. So customer has to wait. There is no other go. Maybe it takes 6 months, 1 year time also sometimes. They will wait. Why? Because it is a specific requirement is. So here we can't expect it their requirement and we can't maintain the stock. That is the reason we'll follow the second cycle. Jewelry ready made available. No? Maybe sometimes so yeah they will give some orders. If you want to have any specific, so when order they will go for production. First they are taking deposits from you. There is prepayments. Maybe some. And turbines. So winding machines. So they can't keep it readily stocked, right? There they will see what is the wind capacity and a hill area and down area. Based on that only they will maintain a machines. They will produce machines and turbines. How water capacity. Based on that only how much capacity required they will go for production and luxury cars. Is it? So now I'm using SZ here only instead of HE here I'm using SZ complete structure is as it is what I used in HE. Create BOM responsibility. BOM is the short name for bills of material. Create BOM responsibility. Navigation, SA, security, responsibility, define. SA, security, responsibility, define. SZ, bills of material. Application, bills of material, responsibility key, SZ BOM. Data group, standard, application, bills of material, BOM underscore navigate GUI, this one, and select request group. OM concurrent programs. Save the file. Save it.
So Ravi, one question.
Yeah.
So here we are taking OM concurrent program from order management.
No. Actually, this the request group having concurrent request reports, almost like SCM manufacturing modules related reports concurrent program available under this request group. That is the reason I taken this one.
Okay.
That I know, but real time will have a customized request groups.
Okay.
Fine. So then save and close this one. Next, assign BOM responsibility to the user. Assign BOM responsibility to the user. Navigation, SA, security, user, define. Select F11, query your user. Select control F11, SZ, bills of material. Save and close. Now I assign a BOM responsibility to my user. Close the form. Next, select required security profile options. Select required security profile options. First one, select required security profile options. First one, HR colon business group. It is repeated step. HR colon business group. Navigation, SA profile system. SA profile system. Enable responsibility. Select responsibility name, bills of material. Select profile name, HR colon business group. Select button, find. So at responsibility level, select your business group. SZ India business group. Save the form. Second profile option, HR colon security profile. HR colon security profile. Navigation same. SA profile system. Enable the responsibility. Select profile name. Security profile. At responsibility level, you select your profile option, save the form. Then close it. Close the form. Third one, HR colon cross business group. It is optional profile option. It is not a mandatory. If you don't want to see other business information in your responsibility, select no at responsibility level. It is not a mandatory. Profile system. Enable responsibility. HR colon cross. Sorry, here it is what? Responsibility, right? Bills of material. Select profile name HR colon cross business group. Responsibility level, I am selecting no. By mistake also don't select no at site level. If you select site level, what will happen? Even your information also you can't find in this responsibility. Save the form. Then close it. Close the form. Next one is MO operating unit is not required. Which are the modules controlling at inventory level? Not required. Okay. Next what? Let's check bills of material responsibility, which is mine. Here, if I open any form, so system is showing my organizations only. Reason is HR cross business group selected no at responsibility level. Continue. Next. Define BOM parameters. Define BOM parameters. Define BOM parameters.
Hi, sir. This is Sukhpreet.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, can you briefly explain what this profile option is doing here?
Uh, yeah, I'll explain you. Just you call me after this class. I'll explain you. Subrat, right? Speaking.
Yes.
Yeah, you call me after this call, Subrat. Why? Because
Yes.
this is already we discussed in this class. I'll explain you definitely. It won't take much time.
Okay.
In 5 minutes, I'll tell you. Not a problem.
Okay.
Fine. BOM, define BOM parameters. Navigation, BOM setup parameters. BOM setup parameters. See, in any application, not only in inventory, in work in process, BOM, in any application, if you want to define other setups, first you have to define a parameters. Without defining parameters, application parameters, we can't define other setups. For the inventory, what are the parameters we defined? Accounting information, inventory information. There is another parameters also. It is receiving information. In the same way, here I am defining BOM parameters. So select here, just open the form. Here there is the two organizations. One is item master organization, another one is the inventory. So here it is going to act as a plant. If this organization, if I am using in inventory, I can say it is inventory or warehouse. If I am using this entity in manufacturing modules, it is plant. It is plant. See here, there is no specific setup acting this organization as a plant. Nothing, not available anywhere in the inventory side. So this is the organization going to act as a plant. But for the processing unit, process manufacturing unit, so directly it will not act as a OPM plant. In the inventory parameters, there is process manufacturing enabled checkbox is available. If you enable that one, so system will understand this is the OPM plant. But particularly no need to do anything for the discrete plant, right? So now it is mine. One is item master organization, another one is the plant, Hyderabad plant. It is Hyderabad plant. So in no not required to define parameters for the item master organization. Enough define parameters for the Hyderabad plant, only plant. But when it is required to maintain the parameters, it is concept is called configure to order, CTO cases. If not using CTO configure to orders in your plant, no need to maintain parameters for item master organization. Enough maintaining directly parameters for your plants. So I'm selecting first. We'll have a discussion in make to stock, right? So I'm selecting SZH. Select OK. Here information is maximum bill levels. It is bill is what? Nothing but it is listed. It is nothing but listed components with their quantity to produce a finished good. It is called bill. This bill contains levels. How? What is the bill levels here? So let me write it here. Explain you. Parent and yeah, that is true. What is the easy way? Write it this way. Okay, I'll take here on quickly. So it is what? Bill levels. Bill levels. Here I am taking example. It is what? Bike. So it is what? Finished good, right? My finished good. So to produce finished good, there normally will use the just I am taking example. I am not going to take much components here. So engine is one of the component, right? One of the spare part. Next what? Wheel assembly. It is another component. Next one. And some it is what? Hmm? So seat assembly something. There are number of indicators, exhaust, chassis, a number of components required. Just I take an example 3 only, right? So engine. Now this is the top level item. Now bill I am preparing for bike. Here I am listing engine, wheel assembly, seat assembly. This bill contains how many levels? Bike is the bill. Bill contains how many levels? Only one level. So engine I am purchasing from outside. Again, no need to maintain any bill for the engine. Engine also producing in my plant. For the engine also again will maintain a bill, right? Only I am taking example 2 only. So this is what engine head, some engine soft. Now engine contains how many components? Two. Engine head and engine soft. Engine contains how many bill levels? 1. Bike contains how many bill levels? 2. This is what bill level. Anything you want to ask here? Question? Bill levels. Now again, engine head also will produce in our organization. I'll use the raw material, steel, something like that. So now engine head will have the 1 level, but bike will have how many levels? 3 levels. So these are the bill levels. So here maximum system it will support, maximum bill levels it will support with 60. So you can create likewise 60 levels you can create in the Oracle bills of material. More than that it will not allow, but anyway it is not required. In interview they will ask you question. So maximum bill levels is what? Oracle bills of material support with how many maximum bill levels? 60. But in your project, maximum bills, how many maximum bills you created? You answer just only 3, 4. Don't answer 6, 7, 10, 12. Then you can't elaborate it. This is the top level, this is the next level, this is the next level. You can't explain. So that anyway, we can discuss later. So now it is 12 I am selecting for the future. But bill I'll define with maximum 3, 4 levels in future classes. Okay. Next, this is the configuration options. If not implemented, configure to order, assemble to order. No need to select this parameters, not required. When implemented, Oracle configurator or Oracle OM configurator. There is another one, projects configurator. No need to specify this options, not required. So when we have a discussion CTO, then I'll explain you what is the configuration options. Just you select bill levels and save the form, enough. So I'll tell you what is the Phantom routing, Phantom bill in the next future classes. Close the form. That's it. Define BOM parameters. Created BOM parameters. Next, define finished good. Define finished good. Define finished good. Navigation, inventory, inventory, items, master, items. Inventory, items, master, items. Okay. So write it here. SZ underscore CPU. CPU is my finished good. Okay. Go to tools. Select copy from. Here apply template. Finished good. Finished good. Apply template. Finished good. Select apply. Done. Select button apply. Select button done. Here Under general planning, see, make or buy, it is make item. And also we have to enable under bills of material, BOM allowed. Just see, try to understand. No need to note down everything. Just try to understand. Under work in process, we have to enable built-in WIP. These three are very important for production items. That can be a make item or that can be a buy item. Save the form. Automatically will copy to the organization. Yeah, somebody others speaking. Not template. Template you will not find anywhere in the item master form. Hmm? Okay, just wait. That is user item type, not template actually. Yes. Always will maintain the stock in inventory only. Item can be anything. Maybe its movement can be. I'm not. Okay. Yeah. Until getting receiving to inventory, that is not a finished good quantity. Okay, fine. So here, right, you're talking about this one. This is not a template. It is user item type. That we'll see later. Okay, then go to tools, select organization assignment, assign item to your plant. Save the form. Item is created in IMO and assign item to the plant. Next, continue. Define components. Define components. Define components. Nothing but that can be a by item or that can be a sub assembly, that can be a accessories, something like that. These are all components only. Define components. Navigation, inventory, items, master, items. Inventory, items, master, items. Navigation, inventory, items, master, items. At least you define 3-4 components minimum. SZ underscore hard disk. Apply template. Which are template? Purchased item. I'll purchase from outside. Again, this one also you are producing. You have to apply finished good. Select apply. Done. So it is purchased item. And under general planning, it is what? Buy item. And also you have to enable under bills of material, BOM allowed, and work in process also you have to enable built-in WIP. Item origin is different. First item I defined as a make item. Item origin nothing but make or buy. So this item defined as a buy item. But both I am going to use in production. Save the form. Huh? That okay, leave it. Why it is not required, right? Whenever it is required, we'll have a discussion. Then go to see. I am not going to create any P2P cycle now. I am going to only test production cycles. So that is the reason no need to select any list price. Go to tools, organization assignment, enable this one. So likewise, so I'll define 2 more items. Select new, SZ underscore processor. Go to tools, Copy from purchased item, apply, done, save the form, then assign item to the organization. Save it. Next, another item, sz underscore memory. Go to tools, copy from purchased item, apply, done. Save the form, then assign item to the organization. Save the form. So three components and one finished good created. So let me change here. It is what? CPU or disk, processor, memory. Alright, we define this bill. Okay, fine. So now these are the three components and one finished good I created. In the same way, I have to define a bill. Write it. Define bill. Define bill. Define bill. Navigation, BOM, bills, 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 BOM, bills, bills. So in which organization we have to create bill? SZI or SZH? Anyway, SZI system it will not allow you. Why? Because BOM parameters are not created. So select SZH. Select SZH. Yes, we can define when we created BOM parameters. That is required, that is mandatory in CTO, configure to orders. Maintaining BOM parameters for item, not item master organization. That is the concept is called item validation organization. For that. Okay, fine. Select your top level item. What is the top level item? SZ underscore CPU. Next, you list the components one by one. SZ underscore hard disk. So how much quantity required to produce one CPU? One quantity, enough. Next item, next component. So it is was SZ underscore processor or memory, anything. How much quantity required to produce one CPU? One quantity. That is depends. Your product SZ underscore memory. One quantity. One quantity I am using to produce a CPU.
And what is inverse to this?
That I'll come later. So now, what is the bill? What you can answer? What is the bill? So to produce a finished product, we list the components with their quantity. It is called bill. It is called bill. Simple definition. Save the form. So not yet created, right? Any operation. Now I'm defining only bill. So I'll talk about when we start defining standard operations. First, save and close this form. So bill is completed. So as per this setup, bill is completed. Finished good and components. Next one is what? Routing. We have to start defining a routing. To define a routing, what are the prerequisites required? Resource, department, standard operations. Resource nothing but manpower or machine power, some other resources that can be a energy, so electricity or area also it's a resource. So calculating the landed cost. So when we implemented landed cost, I'll calculate for area also. And some other likewise will define whatever resources involving in production. Continue. Write it.
Sir,
Define
if there is three level of
hello.
hello, so if there is three level of bill, then we have to define in the same way or in different way.
Same way, same way. I'll anyway we'll have a discussion. There are different types of bills are there. Standard bill, optional class bill, model bill, planning bill, product family. I'm not talking about those things and all. Very first thing is what we have to understand a production outline. So that is my plan first. Okay. Anyway, everything I'll cover, not a problem. Okay. Next, define resources, navigation, BOM, routing, resources. BOM, routing, resources. Here write it sz underscore assembler. sz underscore assembler. See, it is assembler, it's a role in the production. This role will assign to whom? Will assign to what? So who will play this role in the organization? Employees only, right? So this role
All
I'll
the
assign to the employee. Right. So your type, assembler, its a type is person or machine or amount or currency, miscellaneous. So this is one of the important interview question. What are the resource types are there? Machine, person, miscellaneous, currency, amount. Machine power, person nothing but manpower. Machine also it is, then what is the amount? When you will select amount, if defining like electricity, land, something, this type of resources defining, will select a amount. Currency nothing but whatever using currency, that only. If using any other resources, then you select miscellaneous, right? So then, what one? If any currency involving, that you have to define. Hmm? Even I don't know. That is normally they will not use this many person and machine. Maybe sometimes miscellaneous. Huh? Amount. What is the amount of energy using? What is the amount of area you are using? In that case, we'll select a amount. Otherwise, directly select miscellaneous, not a problem. So this is production unit area, some 1 acre, something like that. You select miscellaneous, not a problem. You will not face any problem. So then it is what main thing is what you have to concentrate on person and machine. Why? Because when I select person in the bottom, employee will enable. When I select machine, equipment, these two are important thing. Remaining, anyone you can select it, not a problem. You will not face any problem. Next. So here unit of measure. So anything, how you are measuring this, normally if it is person, assembler, right? So use each, EACH. Hour basis also we can calculate a cost. This is for just cost calculation, right? So charge type, nothing but cost calculation. How we are going to calculate a cost? There are different options are there. WIP move, work in process move, PO move, PO nothing but purchase order, receipt and manual. So how we want to calculate a cost? This four decides. Resource cost. How we want to calculate a resource cost? These charge types will decide. PO, WIP move, PO move, PO receipt. If I select any one of the charge type, system will calculate cost automatically based on predefined cost for the resource. For example, this is the resource. Per resource, one resource, it is per 1000 per day, complete 8 hours. That already setup is defined. Automatically it will calculate. But there are three available, right? Again, WIP move. This charge type I'll use for plant resource. Remaining two I'll use for outside resources. Getting right point? Outside resources, I'm taking the service from my vendors. Third party. Again, there is PO and PO receipt. See, once again, I'll repeat this one. If resource is my resource, my plant resource, I'll select a charge type WIP move. If I'm getting resource from my vendor, I can use either PO move or PO receipt. Again, what is the difference these two? We'll have a discussion in outside processing cycle. There is another cycle is there where we'll have a discussion. If I select manual, system will not calculate cost automatically. So we have to calculate a cost manually. So here I am selecting WIP move. It is important actually, very important thing, charge type. So there is basis type, item and lot. So here I'll ask you question. Now job quantity, work order quantity, finished good, we are going to produce 10 quantity. I am using two resources. Work order created for 100 quantity. Will use two resources or will increase resource quantity? Huh? Enough. Huh? That is depends on again production. Uh, Sometimes what happened till some extent quantity that can be work order created with quantity, will use the same resource only. Example is what? I'm not saying you some n number of quantities. Till some extent, 1 to 100. 1 to 100, you create work order with any quantity, I'll use only one resource. Not batch, batch is different again. Work order created for one quantity, I'll use one resource only. Work order created for 20 quantity, I'll use one resource only. Some machines. If you take example, so ice cream manufacturing. So with one machine, one fridge, we can make it maximum 100 liters. Now we got a demand order for the 10 liters. I'll use same one machine only. I got order for 50. I'll use one machine only. I got till 100. I'll use one machine only. So if you select lot, irrespective of your job quantity, always will use only one resource. If I select item, based on your work order quantity, resource allocation will be increased. That is what basis type, item and lot. Anything you want to ask here? Question? Which one? Liters. Yes. Maximum. There is one another setup is activity. Here we can find activity. There you have to define that, you have to assign to here. That activity can perform with maximum how much quantity. That is different setup.
So when the ice cream manufacturing goes beyond the time, not
100.
more than 100,
You will use
so
another
activity will
machine.
come in place.
Activity will
That
come.
item will be selected.
Same, in activity will define this maximum for 100. If it is exceeded, automatically 2 will be allocated. 2 machines. Okay, fine. That is advanced concept actually. That is for planning. That is for planning. If you want to implement ASAP or MPS. If not implemented ASAP, MPS, then manually I'll allocate it. Now, manually also we can allocate it, not a problem. No need to follow automatic process. Right. Another thing. So we'll talk later this one. Then just save the form. If already employees are defined, select this one. You assign one by one all the employees. I don't have any employees. And assigning employees also not a mandatory. Then close this form. Likewise, you define some other resources. One resource I created. Second one is sz underscore tester. So quality people. Here also using each WIP charge type WIP move, save the form.
Sir, outside processing, if the resource is borrowed resource, means taken from outside.
Borrowed resources.
This outside processing checkbox is there, right?
Yes, OSP. That is only for OSP resource only, not for our plant resource.
Okay.
Okay, fine. It is okay enough, 2 resources. Then close this form. Next, continue. Define departments. Define departments. Define departments. Navigation, BOM, routing departments. BOM, routing departments. BOM, routing departments. So department is area in the production based on type of production task performing. Based on that we'll decide a different will maintain different areas. It is called department. So here, so that already I shown you right here. This is the departments. This is the production area, complete area. This is the one department. It's another department. It's the third department. Based on requirement, you define that many departments. SZ, assembling a department. Select resource, assign resources. So allocating resource to the department. Similar kind of departments will keep it under one class. That is not a mandatory one. So there, this one? That is another setup. That is simple assembling class. I'll keep it under mechanical items assembling, engineering items assembling, and electrical. This 3 comes under one class. That is not a mandatory. Then select resource. Here resource. How many resource we created? 2. Which resource using in this department? Assembler. So available 24 hours this resource. It's okay. Maybe if running 3 shifts, you have to enable this 24 hours. If resource will available only one shift, you have to disable this one. Automatically shifts are enabled. How many shifts? Just a minute. How many shifts we define? 3 shifts. Here you can find a 3 shifts. General shift, second shift, third shift, which we created in inventory. That already I told you. So same calendar will use for inventory operations, production operations, costing transactions. It is okay, fine. I'm not going to select specific shift. Here I'll enable 24 hours. So, sorry, not say 24 hours. Automatically this will disable. Sharing. This resource I'll share with another department. Shareable. If you want to share this resource with some another department, you have to enable. For example, porters, some tralleys. Trolley, it is what? What type of resource? Machine. So we can't use dedicatedly this trolley for one department, right? We have to enable this one. So it will allow using this resource in another department. That is called share. Okay, fine. Under planning, it is okay, which related to MPS and ASCP, Advanced Supply Chain Planner, Master Production Scheduler. This is what utilization. This resource utilization 100%, but efficiency that can be different from resource to another resource. So people are sitting 8 hours, so utilizing 100%, but efficiency can be different from resource to resource. So it is working hours 8 hours. 8 hours also we can't use it, right? 7 hours, 7.5 hours. In between tea break half an hour, lunch break some 45 minutes. So 100% utilization also we can't do that. So maximum some 90% utilization, some utilization 90% efficiency, some 75%. That is required. Based on that, automatically again system it will calculate the planning systems, calculate the how many resource required. That is anyway, it is leave it planning related one. That I don't know. Sequencing windows, I don't know. Normally, we use this three for the planning purpose, ADP rule and utilization. That I didn't use any time. This one. This one is free text field. It will if it is free text field, you can't use anywhere. Not required this one. Then, in the same way, define another department. Yes, I want to use this one. SZ underscore. Next one is testing department. Select resource. There is another resource is tester. So how many units you want to use? One is enough. One meaning only I'll use only one employee. That is the meaning. This role performing only one employee. See, resources, this role performing 10 employees. But no need to use 10 employees to the one department, right? See, for example, functional consultant, it is the role. Available 500 employees. This functional consultant role is nothing but it is resource. I'll assign to the 500 employees. This 500 employees I'll not assign to the same project or same department. So I'll assign to the different projects. So that is what, while defining 500 associates, no need to attend time allocate to all the departments, all the project. It is not mandatory. Same thing here also I'm doing. Employees available 10, but I'm using only one employee. Only one employee. So now close this, save and close this form. Huh? This one. It is CTP is that is different. Some configure to process something like that. Okay. Then close this form. So departments also completed. Next, define standard operations. Define standard operations. So will you perform multiple operations in one department? Assembling, testing. So will you perform in one department? We can do it, not a problem. No need to maintain separately departments for separate operations. You can manage multiple operations in the same department. No need to perform one operation in multiple departments. That is not required, right? Okay. Navigation, BOM, routings, standard operations. BOM, routings, standard operations. Select operation code. SZA, assembling operation. Here, if you want, you can write it SZ underscore assembling standard operation. Department. In which department you want to perform this? There are two departments we created. Assembling department. So these are all required for WMS, warehouse management system, which is not required for discrete manufacturing. Select operation resources. Already we assigned resource to the department. But again, why we are assigning and also assign department to the operation? Again, why we are assigning resource to the standard operation? We define resource assigned to the department assigning to the operation. Why again resource assigning to the operation? See, in the department available, no need to use in the department who are the resources available for that operation. Right, that is the reason again we have to select it. Usage is what? To produce one unit of finished good. To produce one unit of finished good. So how many resources using? How many resources using? Here I am not specifying any time. To produce one finished good. How many resource using? I am using resource. So just example I am selecting here. Here I am selecting to complete one unit of finished good. One resource contribution is how much? It is 0.5. 0.5. Once again I'll repeat. To produce one finished good quantity. One quantity required two resources. Required two resources. But one resource contribution is how much? It is 0.5. It is 50%. It is 50. If I select here hours, what we understand, to produce, yes, see, basis type item nothing but 1 unit, to produce 1 unit, 4 resource will take a time 8 hours. One resource, so one resource contribution is how much? It is 0.25. That is what usage and inverse. That okay, fine.
Resource, you mean the person talking about the staff?
Person or machine, anything. Person or machine, anything. And there is another one, scheduling. Again, it is related to planning. So here, this one. If I no meaning, we are not following any master production scheduler, MPS. If I select yes, we are following. Again, this one also same. Prior and next. What is the prior? What is the next? Now, work order quantity 10. Work order created for 10 quantity. To produce one unit, it's take time 10 hours. It's take time 10 hours. To produce 10 quantity, how much time will take? 100. When producing one after one. If I start production 10, how much time it take? No. One unit is take time 10 hours. If I start production, if I am producing, assembling one after one, it's take 100 hours time. At a time, if I start assembling, 10 hours time. It is prior meaning parallelly. Next meaning one after one. That is planning related. Okay. Now save the form. It is another module, MPS, Master Production Scheduler. That is planning related module. How we want to produce a quantity based on demand. That is called scheduling. System has to automatically suggest to the production people when you have to start production, for how much quantity you have to production. That is called scheduling. Next, another one, sz what t sz underscore testing a standard operation department. Here I am selecting testing department. Select operation resources, select one resource. How many quantity required? One quantity enough. Save the form. This is the costing tab. Under this costing, here also you can will have a activity, and this one is we move. It is coming from where? Resource. It is coming from resource. Then close this form. This one, that will I'll come later. Okay. Save the form. Close this form. Two operations, two standard operations created. Likewise, you can define a number of operations. Next, continue. Define routing. Define routing. Define routing. Navigation, BOM, routing, routings. Routing, routings, both are same. Some people they say routing, right? Routing. Open the form. Navigation, BOM, routings, routings. Select item. What is the item here we have to select? Finished code. sz underscore CPU. List it all the operations. Only two operations we defined. SZA assembling operation. See, automatically here department details and resource details will default. Second one, second operation is 20th operation. See, no need to follow 10, 20. 1, 2, 3 also you can follow. 100, 200, 300 also you can follow sequence number. Not a problem. Huh? That I don't know. Select this one. Save the form. Save the form. So now what you answer for routing? So in normal process, in generic terminology, routing is what? It's a way to follow what are the steps follow to produce a finished product. But in here in the BOM Oracle terminology, it contains the standard operations with association, department, and resources. That is what routing. So here you can find a resources. Which one? That we'll see. We'll see later. This is very simple. Sometimes we can indate it. Some operations. Now I'm using 10 operations. Now onwards, I don't want to use 10. I want to use only 8. For the two operations, just I'm telling you example. So we'll select the end date. Now, if I select only current, actually this bill contains how many operations? Two operations. Sorry, 10 operations actually. But if I select current, here we'll find only 8. If I select all or future and current, we will find a 10. With end dated operations also we can find it. So I'll tell you later about this one. Okay. So then save the form. There is implemented only that yesterday we discussed, right? Engineering module. For the engineering, there is bills called engineering bill and manufacturing bill. For the engineering bill, will not enable this implemented only. How we will know whether it is engineering bill or manufacturing bill based on this checkbox. Implemented only it is manufacturing bill. Not enabled it is still under R&D, research and development. That's okay. That we'll see later. Then okay, here close this form. Now I defined for the finished good bill and routing. There is association bill and routing with finished good, but there are no association between components and operations. Which components using in which standard operation? Specifying this component using in the standard operation, it is not a mandatory. But operation wise, if you want to transfer raw material quantity from inventory to shop floor, then you have to associate what? Maintain components and standard operations. Continue, right? Assign standard operations to the components. Assign standard operations to the components. Navigation. Navigation. BOM. Bills. Sorry, right, correct. BOM, bills. BOM, bills. BOM, bills. Query your bill. Select F11, SZ underscore CPU. Select Control F11. Now here operation sequence. So it is default operation. If not selected operation, automatically system will take 1. Now you specify your specific operation. How many operations we created? 2. So these 3 components using in which are the hard disk, processor, memory. In which operation using? Assembling, right? Select assembling. 10th operation nothing but it is assembling operation. 20th operation is the testing operation. Select 10. I am not selecting 20. Why? Because I am not going to use any components in 20th operation. That is the meaning here. Save the form. Save it. Close the form. Now system will understand all 3 components using in only 10th operation. Close the form. Next, continue. Define WIP responsibility. Define WIP responsibility. Another manufacturing module, right? WIP, work in process module. Navigation, SA. Security, responsibility, define. SA, security, responsibility, define. Responsibility name, SZ underscore work in process. Application, work in process. SZ WIP data group standard work in process WIP underscore navigate 10G OM concurrent request. Save the form. Next, close this form. Written, right? Right. Okay, close this form. Next, continue. Assign VIP responsibility to the user. Assign VIP responsibility to the user. Navigation, SA, security, user, define. SA, security, user, define. Select F11, query your user, SZ underscore Ravi. Select control F11. Select new SZ underscore VIP responsibility. Sorry, work in process. Save the form. So now I can access the WIP responsibility, defining WIP setups and production operations. Close this form. Next, select required security profile options. Select required security profile options. Select required security profile options. First one, HR colon business group. Enable responsibility. Profile name HR colon business group. Responsibility level, I am selecting my business group, SZ India business group. Save the form. Second profile option, HR colon security profile. Select here your security profile. Save the form. Third profile option, optionally you can select cross business group. So here I am selecting no at responsibility level. Save the form. Close the form. Okay. So now you go to WIP work in process. So now we are in next, continue. Define VIP parameters. Define VIP parameters. Navigation VIP setup parameters. WIP setup parameters. Open the form here. No need to define any parameters for item master organization. Directly select plant. So there are different tabs are there. Here we have to select information. Under discrete, this is the default discrete class, nothing but it is costing setup, WIP accounting class. See, already we selected some cost accounts in inventory. Where we selected cost accounts? In the inventory parameters under costing tab. Those are inventory cost accounts. In the same way, you have to define production cost accounts, manufacturing cost accounts. Where you are defining production cost accounts, it is called WIP accounting class. That you have to select as a discrete class. Anyway, not defined that one. That is the setup. And another one is default lot number type. Sometimes it is for, that is for lot based manufacturing, it is required. So when after producing finished good, transferring from shop floor to inventory, we have to generate a lot numbers. Normally lot numbers, when we'll apply it, if any maintaining expiry dates, maturity dates, quality wise different. Just a minute. Hello. Yeah. Right. So for the normally for those type of items, we'll maintain a lot numbers. How we want to maintain a lot number? With the same name, job number. Otherwise, we can define a inventory controls, 4 types, right? Serial control, lot control, revision control, some locator control. How you define setup in inventory? Based on that, you want to generate a lot numbers. You select based on inventory rules. No default meaning whatever you want, you can select that lot number. That is no defaults. You continue with job name and which is related to respond to sales order changes. Which comes in which cycle? Make to order or make to stock? Make to order. If any changes done in controls, yeah, this is for make to order. So for what happening here, first we are creating a sales order, then we are creating a work order, right? Any changes required for the customer, he will not ask to the production people. Always he will ask to the order entry people only, who is created sales order. If any action taken on sales order, immediately that action has to apply on the work order. So it is what? Always, never linked one to one. Never meaning if you do any changes in the sales order, that impact you will not find in the work order. If select always, it will work. Again, what is the last one when linked one to one? Against one sales order, also we can create a multiple work orders, right? Sales order 1, one finished good. Sales order 2, another finished good. Customer is saying some changes required for first line only. So if you select always, what will happen? This impact will happen for 2 work orders. That should not happen. In that case, we'll select a when linked 1 to 1. That's okay, fine. This is the repetitive what I told you. When work order created repeatedly, so we'll release and we'll produce it. And another one is move transaction. Already we discussed, right? What is the move transaction? Transferring assembly quantity from one standard operation to the another standard operation. It is called move transaction. There is checkbox require scrap account. What is a scrap? In the production process, we'll get some byproduct that is called scrap. Whatever scrap yielded, you want to account it. Why you want to account it? It is scrap, right? Anyway, why we have to account it again?
It's a normal loss for
Hmm?
It's a normal loss for production.
It is normal loss only. Why you have to account it? That value.
Every company wants to use scrap also. We are trying to use that byproduct.
So sometimes that see this scrap also will have the value.
Yeah,
Again we can reuse it. Again we can reuse it, or we can sell in the outside. So if you want to track that value of the scrap, you have to enable require scrap account. If not enabled, system it will not ask you manage entries for this scrap value. If enabled, it is mandatory. You must maintain the, if any yield for scrap, you must maintain a account. Another one, allow creation of new operations. Now to produce my finished good, how many operations we define? How many operations? How many? Two operations. After creating the work order, if you want to use some another operation, you have to enable allow creation of new operation. Allow moves over no move shop floor statuses. Nothing but for each and every operation, we have to define a statuses. Pending, work in process, completed, something like that. If you want to maintain, you disable this one. If enabled, no need to maintain statuses for the standard operations, not required. Then go to material, another one. Material nothing but components, raw material. Transferring from where to where? Inventory to production. Where you can select default supply sub inventory. One we can select as a default supply. Anyway, it is not possible always transferring only one sub inventory to production. We'll transfer component quantity from multiple sub inventories to production. This is one default. It is called WIP supply sub inventory. WIP supply, there is some concept available behind this. Say whatever quantity required in the production, at a time I'll transfer from multiple sub inventories to WIP sub inventory, production sub inventory. From there, then I'll consume in different operations. In that case only it is required. So now transferring quantity from inventory sub inventory to WIP sub inventory. Transferring quantity from one sub inventory to another sub inventory. Its transaction type is what? What type of transaction? This one. Move orders or sub inventory. Here, move orders will follow. Why I am following move orders? We need a controls and also we need a pick slip report. So how many types of move orders are there? 4 types. Out of 4 types, one move order type is WIP move order. In this case, we'll create a WIP move order. Clear, right? Fine. So here I am selecting one sub inventory. It is default supply sub inventory. As required, we can transfer quantity from different sub inventories to shop floor. And so if any items are maintaining lot control, normally how we can transfer quantity? I told you when you will apply a lot controls, lot numbers, if expiry dates or maturity dates or quality wise. Now there are 2 lots are there. One lot will expire next month 15. Another lot will expire next month 25th. Which lot quantity first will transfer to the shop floor? Which lot expiry date earliest? So here there are different options are there. Expiration date, manual, receipt date. Manual meaning system it will not take any action. You have to take action. You have to allocate the lot. So receipt means when you received quantity into organization. So here I am selecting expiry date only. Okay. So in the bottom, I don't know this one, this two. And release back plus components. What is the back plus transfer? What is the back plus transfer? Nothing but transferring quantity from inventory to shop floor. Inventory to shop floor. It is called back plus transfer. Automatically, I want to create a back plus transfers. Enable this checkbox. Release back plus components. Nothing but WIP issue transaction only. WIP issue transaction you want to create manually or you want to generate automatically. Inventory to shop floor. That is called back plus transfer. That only I am telling you. It is equal to WIP issue. So allow quantity. Yeah.
So you said the supply sub inventory, from there it will be transferred to the shop floor, right?
Yes, shop floor, yes.
And that is the WIP issue, right?
from inventory sub-inventory to WIP sub-inventory. It
Yeah,
is
so that will be, so that is VPC, right?
WIP issue equal to WIP issue or backless transfer, we can say.
And that will be done through the move order, VIP move order.
Yes, WIP move order.
Okay, okay. Just I
That is
wanted to
equal
confirm.
to WIP issue only. But there are two transaction types are there: WIP issue and backless transfer. And allow quantity changes during backless. Releasing component quantity from inventory to shop floor. How much quantity will release for the components? Where we specify. Now work order created. We have to release components from inventory to shop floor. What are the components you have to release? How much quantity you have to release? Where we specified that? Bill. In the bill we listed component this much of the quantity. As per my bill, how much quantity required? Only one quantity required. If you want to issue more than the bill quantity, less than the bill quantity, enable allow quantity changes during backless.
Sir, if we make supply sub inventory, this default sub inventory, then all the raw material we have to maintain in
No,
this
no, no, that is
sub
not required.
inventory.
That is not required, Sonia. This is the case is
Okay.
different. Actually, from multiple sub inventories, certain time I'll transfer to the WIP sub inventory. It is called WIP move order. From this sub inventory, I'll consume the components quantity in different operations. But following what I now told you, that is not mandatory. There are different ways are there. That then you will understand this one.
Okay.
Okay. Then intra operations. Now we are talking about standard operations, right? Then what is the intra operation? Within standard operation. Intra operation nothing but within standard operation. Now totally how many operations I am following standard operations? Two. Within the standard operation, how many intra operation steps you want to follow? There is queue, run, reject, to move, scrap. They will ask you this question. Tell me what is the difference between standard operation and intra operations? Right. Within the standard operation, within the assembling operation, I'll maintain these operations. Within the testing operation, I'll maintain these operations. But anyway, it is not possible out of 5 maintaining 4 in first operation, 5 in second operation. That you have to decide how many, 3 or 4 or 5. You have to maintain in all standard operations. Right. Now, Q. Now enabled, right? All enabled. We can find all in 2 operations. 2 in all the standard operations. I'll tell you here, clearly explain. First one is what? SZA. This is what? Assembling operation. Second one, SZT. Intra operations. Q. Run. To move. Reject. Scrap. These are the why, because there are 5 enabled. Here I written 5. Now work order. Work order nothing but discrete job created for 10 quantity. It is what? 10 quantity finished good, 10 CPUs. Now work order created and released. Now what will happen? This 10 you will find in the queue intra-operation step in first operation. Meaning is what? This 10 quantity awaiting to perform a assembling, operation. You are in queue. Meaning is what? You are awaiting for performance. Here also 10 quantity awaiting for the performance. What? Assembling. It is what? When assembling, running meaning when quantity available in the first operation, assembling operation in run interrupt. Now what is that meaning? Process is going on. Assembling is running. work in process. Once assembled, meaning is what? 10th operation is completed. 10th operation is completed. Now what I have to do? I have to start second operation. So then these are the what? It is not fully finished good. These are the semi-finished good. This semi-finished good I'll transfer from 10th operation run intra-operation step to 20th operation queue intra-operation step. Now what does that mean? This 10 quantity awaiting for the testing. When it is running, meaning when quantity transferred from 20th operation from queue intra-operation step to run intra-operation step. Now two operations, 10th operation is completed, 20th operation is running. When we can understand, system will understand 20th operation also completed, this 10 quantity you have to move from run to move. Now what happened? 20th operation also completed. When these are what? Fully, completely produced finished good. Why you are awaiting? To move to inventory. Finished good, sub inventory. This is what? Intra-operation steps. How many intra-operation steps you want to maintain? That is your requirement. But mandatorily you have to maintain a queue run to move. Remaining reject scrap, that is your requirement. Right? Fine. Okay, fine. Today here I'll stop the class. Monday I'll continue. So any question you want to ask? Monday 7 o'clock. Monday